Hi guys, it's a bright, sunny and orange day today and we are reviewing the 2017 KTM Duke 390. Rarely does it happen that a motorcycle offers more performance than what you pay for, but in the case of KTM bikes, they do, especially with the 390. When this motorcycle was launched in 2013, the amount of performance you got for your money was so much that even I went ahead and bought one. And for 2017, they brought in the second generation model. It looks very promising, it's completely loaded. Let's see what are the changes. The 2017 KTM Duke 390 looks absolutely gorgeous. It's inspired from their flagship 1290. It gets a split headlight with all LEDs at the front, while at the rear, the new tail light and the tail section with the mudguard looks very interesting. The bike gets a bigger 13.5 litre metal fuel tank, which means that you can mount your luggage on it and also get a higher towing range. On the side, what is instantly noticeable is the new frame. It gets a subframe finished in white, while the main frame is finished in KTM trademark orange. It also gets a side-mounted exhaust. Now let's talk about the headlight. The Duke 390 gets AHO as well as DRLs. The AHO is the low beam, which is the top two lights. The DRLs are the middle two, while on the high beam, all the lights are on. Now due to these headlights which are automatically on, there's a change in the switch gear. The headlight switch has been moved just ahead of the clutch lever. KTM calls this the combination meter, that's as per service manual. In the day, the screen is white and there's an ambient sensor over here. So at night, it turns black. Now the difference between the new cluster and the old cluster is that this one also gets a low oil pressure, unlike the old bike which missed out on it. Now this bike doesn't have a shift light like the old motorcycle because the tachometer turns red as you near the red line. You can set at what RPM you want the red line to kick in. There's RPM 1 and RPM 2 which can be changed by going into settings, preferences and shift light. Now because this motorcycle hasn't done its first service, it's not available right now under 1000 kilometers. Now in terms of warning lights, of course there are the telltale lights on either side. This bike shows non-critical messages on the top which is shown in a yellow bar. So if the engine kill switch is activated or the side stand is engaged, then it will flash on the top. Even if you turn off ABS, it shows not legal because in certain countries where the Duke 390 is sold, it's not legal to turn off ABS. All the critical warnings will be shown at the bottom like low fuel or ABS failure, and that will come in red. Now this instrument cluster of the KTM Duke 390 is very advanced. It also lets you connect your phone via Bluetooth. Now to pair your phone, you have to go to Set, KTM My Ride and Pairing. Now it is going to search for the motorcycle and it's going to show KTM Duke on your device. So if your phone is connected to the motorcycle, you can receive calls as well as change music on the go. In order to change the track, you can press the arrow button, and in order to increase or decrease the volume of music, you have to keep either of the arrow buttons pressed. The motorcycle shows the track name as well as the length. It also shows the mobile battery and the signal range. Right now, not all mobiles are compatible. The iPhone works the best with the KTM Duke 390's console, but KTM says that new software updates will be rolled out, which will ensure that new phones can also be used with this motorcycle. The quick selector mode is customizable, so you can go to settings, favorites and choose up to 8, which will show on the main cluster. KTM has retained the same 373.3cc single-cylinder engine which produces the same 43.5 horsepower, but in terms of torque it has improved by 2 Newton meters. Now when we rode the first generation model, we just loved its performance but weren't really impressed by the refinement levels. What KTM has done on the 2017 Duke 390, it has refined it. It sounds much smoother than before. The fan of this motorcycle is quite loud, but it doesn't have the heating issue which was seen in the previous generation model. The motorcycle now sounds much better than before. Here is how it sounds. This motor has always had top hardware like nickel seal coating, forged pistons, so the basic formula hasn't been tinkered with. What KTM has done is played with the sprocket, so now it gets one teeth less at 44 for a higher top speed. The 2017 KTM Duke 390 gets ride-by-wire, which eliminates the throttle cable in lieu of an electronic throttle, resulting in smoother throttle response and also gives it more eagerness when you go flat out. The clutch of the KTM Duke 390 is quite light compared to the old model. The KTM Duke 390 has always been a fantastic handler, and what KTM has done with the 2017 model has further improved it. For starters, it gets new alloy wheels, the wheelbase has been reduced by 10 mm while the seat height has been increased to 830 mm, which results in the rider feeling that the handlebar is closer to the body, giving the rider more confidence. The seat cushioning is much better, the geometry has also changed, and it's a more comfortable motorcycle to sit on for long distances. What KTM has also done is given it better knee recesses, so clipping your legs to the tank is much easier than before. It also gets revised foot pegs, so they are further up and more rear set. The Duke 390 gets a new suspension system, so at the front it gets open cartridge suspension, and that in the future could be adjustable on the fly. While the rear now gets a new monoshock where the oil and gas canisters are separate. The overall result is the suspension is slightly on the softer side, giving it much better ride quality than before due to improved damping. The tires on the 2017 Duke 390 get a lower H rating, but the upside is that they are more durable and will last longer. The 2017 KTM Duke 390 gets updated brakes, so the front disc is bigger while it gets an updated master cylinder, resulting in much better braking performance. There's good initial bite now, and KTM has given it 3 ABS modes. You can switch it off, you can put it into road, which is the default mode, that is both the front and the rear ABS is turned on, and then there is Supermoto, which disables rear ABS, so you can go all out sliding. The 2017 KTM Duke 390 has taken the tried and tested formula of stonking performance, excellent handling, and improved on that front by giving better refinement. But it's also very tech loaded. The instrument cluster is space age, and it also has the hardware on it that in the future KTM could offer much more with this motorcycle, and this is without doubt one of the best bikes to buy in this segment. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you liked this review as much as we enjoyed riding this motorcycle, and if you did, please do hit the like button, which is the thumbs up button, and make sure you subscribe to MotorBeam.